Beauty bark is really good for weed suppression. It does a good job when it's used and applied correctly. And so when you put this down, like a lot of other mulches, make sure to put it down at 2 to 4 inches thick. That'll give you a good thickness to keep the weeds at bay. Also that'll hold a lot more moisture in the soil. Hey everybody, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden.
Hi everybody, happy Monday to you. We hope you had a great weekend. It's day 140 of the Quarantine Gardeners.
If you don't know, that's us. We're the Quarantine Gardeners, and this is our daily video log of us accomplishing different projects around our garden while under quarantine.
And we're, as always, super thankful that you're here watching. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet, and that way you won't miss all our daily videos.
If you want to know more about us, go to spokengarden.com and click on the About tab at the top of the page. So guys, it's Mulching Monday, and today we're talking about bark mulch, talking about beauty bark.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of cedar bark mulch in our yard, but we do have a little bit, and we want to talk about the pros and cons and maybe helping you decide if it's the right fit for your yard. Okay, you guys, this is our little camellia tree that's just starting to grow, and it's surrounded by cedar bark mulch.
We needed to have a bag of this as an example for actually our book coming out this February, and so we'll leave a link down below to pre-order that if you want. But we needed to have this here because we needed a sample of it for the book, but since we bought so much of it, we thought, hey, let's put it somewhere out in the garden.
I really like the way it complements the tree. It kind of makes it pop a little bit more. It like really dresses it up, if that makes sense.
Yep, it's a great contrast, and that's one of the benefits of having bark mulch in your garden. So before we get into more pros and cons of bark mulch, we wanted to tell you what bark mulch actually is. Bark mulch really is cedar bark. It's actually the bark from cedar trees ground up and chipped up, and it comes in different forms. What you see here is more of a grind shred type of bark mulch. There's a shredded type of bark mulch, beauty bark mulch, and it actually looks like shredded cheese. It's kind of interesting, but there's different grades of that too. There's double shredded, there's single shredded, double shredded, and triple shredded now. And actually one of our viewers, you know who you are out there, you told us about that, and that was kind of a surprise. It's like triple shredded, interesting. So guys, along with the ground type of beauty bark and the shredded type of beauty bark, there's also something called nuggets, nugget beauty bark. And they actually are little nuggets. They're like almost like river rock size, and they can get bigger depending on what you want. They're small, medium, and large. The large ones are like this. They're huge. They get to be 4 or 5 inches maybe even bigger sometimes. It can be a little expensive, and it gives it a different kind of textured look. It still looks red. It still has this red look to it, but it's also very chunky, and it'll last a long time. I've used that in previous jobs where you put that down, it lasts for years. And when I say years, I mean like 5 or 6 years, the big chunk stuff. So if that meets the goals of what you want to do in your garden for mulch, go for it. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, which actually that long-lasting aspect is definitely a pro.
Yeah, it's always good for that long-lasting. It saves you some money. Good for the plants too, hopefully.
So Sean, what are some cons of the cedar bark mulch?
Beauty bark mulch will not really add any nutritional value to your soil. When it breaks down, there's not much to it. It's a lot of carbon, and that can be good, I guess, for your soil if that's what you want. But as far as nutritional value, as far as actual nutrients that your plant really needs on a continual basis and over time, bark mulch isn't really going to supply that much. And that's a contrast to like arborist mulch that has a lot of different pieces of wood in it, and it has needles and leaves and all different kinds of plant pieces that really do help a lot more the nutritional value of your soil as it breaks down, where this does not. So guys, some pros of beauty bark. It has a more uniform texture to it, like size, and its piece size, and that helps visually. When you look at it, it actually makes it look a little more solid in color from far away. And so it helps visually as a more solid color. There's not so much going on with it visually, and you can just take that more as a background to the plant where you really want to have a lot of your focus anyway.
Yeah, I like the color contrast, like I was saying earlier. That does really help the plant to pop, and I can see why people would like that. With
that uniform texture and that uniform size, it does have a better capacity to hold water down in the soil and in it. That is a benefit to this. For your garden, that might work, that might not be the best thing for you. It depends on why you want the mulch and how you're gonna use it. And lastly guys, beauty bark is really good for weed suppression. It does a good job when it's used and applied correctly. And so when you put this down, like a lot of other mulches, make sure to put it down at 2 to 4 inches thick. That'll give you a good thickness to keep the weeds at bay. Also that'll hold a lot more moisture in the soil down below for the health and benefit of your plants.
Okay, you guys, we hope that was helpful for you. If you're deciding on what type of mulch you want, we're kind of running a series this whole month within our Mulching Monday. So we're talking about the pros and cons of all different types of mulch. Today was beauty bark mulch, like you just heard, but last week we did rock mulch. And in the weeks to come on Mondays, we're gonna cover the pros and cons of pine needle mulch and straw mulch.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, you guys. You're gonna learn a lot, and we hope it's really helpful. So guys, leave your comments and questions down below for us. We love hearing from you guys. Give us that thumbs up, let us know we're doing a good job, and subscribe to our channel so you get updates on our latest videos.
And thank you for watching and being here today. We hope you enjoyed that. And we'll be back tomorrow with another new project, so come on back to see what we're up to.
See you tomorrow,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye-bye.